I think this situation in Arizona is very similar to Jack Phillips and Masterpiece Cake
Hmm.
Shop in a way that liberals are ignoring. There is a big difference, a very significant distinction between denying someone service because they're gay and saying, no, I'm not going to participate in a gay wedding. Both Masterpiece Cake
Yep.
Shop and these women in Arizona said, I won't participate in the gay wedding. They didn't deny the people service because of their sexual orientation.
Or even the case of Baronelle Stutzman, a grandmotherly floral designer from the West Coast, who, of course, had an amazing video by ADF where she talked about her long time, I think decades-long relationship with a client of hers, where she would make him flowers for all sorts of occasions. And then the only issue was when she told him and his fiance, after a decades-long professional and friendly relationship, no, sorry, my religious beliefs, my beliefs in biblical definition of marriage, my faith in Jesus is keeping me from doing weddings specifically for your, flowers specifically for your wedding. And then they got pissy about it and decided to file a lawsuit. And to me, that seems exactly what this ordinance is doing. I think sometimes laws, especially in this case, might have intended to set out to make sure that there was no discrimination against homosexual people in the city of Phoenix, but instead it is blatantly discriminating against these women's First Amendment right to religious expression and freedom.
Right, and that's a point, too, that I think the mainstream media is not covering the story at all, by the way, but I think this is a point that leftists and LGBTQ activists who are talking about this are missing, that when you have an ordinance like this, even if the intentions are in the right place, and I think most people in our country want to be kind to other people and treat everyone with dignity and respect, even if they're living a lifestyle that's different from our own, but they forget that when government gets involved, even local government, even city government gets involved in this way, it doesn't always have the unintended consequences that go in tandem with the intended consequences. The unintended consequences here, and this is giving the left the benefit of the doubt, being that Christians are discriminated against because they can't practice their religion outside of the home.
And it's not just Christians here. I mean, there are numerous other faiths, including Islam and Judaism, that also believe in this, I guess you could call it an Old Testament principle that marriage should and is between a man and a woman. And I think you're absolutely right there. Listen, I understand the government in the city of Phoenix saying we're not going to discriminate when it comes to hiring gay people to serve as teachers, mayors, attorneys, in law enforcement offices. I get that. Discrimination in hiring is wrong and unjust. But this is actually using the power of the government and forcing someone either, with jail time, which to me is at force of a gun, or financial things, $2,500 a day. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of money to go against their First Amendment right to practice their religion in the way that they see fit. And that's an atrocity.